Okay, so for this, we will take a look at two lessons from Unit 4. So Lesson 4 is identifying the opposite side, the adjacent side, and the hypotenuse in a right triangle. And Lesson 5 is using these sides to define trigonometric ratios. Okay, so two learning targets for today. You're given a right triangle, and take note this only applies to right triangle. We will identify these three important sides: hypotenuse, adjacent, and opposite side to an angle. And then we will use these sides to define trigonometric ratios. And there are just three of them. Okay, let's take a look at this triangle here. We are given triangle ABC. So obviously the right angle here is angle C. And we'll identify the adjacent, the opposite, the adjacent, and the hypotenuse. Now, it's easier to identify first the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is opposite, okay? This is opposite the right angle, across from the right angle. And you know, you have a right angle for the angle with a square. Okay, adjacent means next to. Okay, right next to, neighbor. And then opposite side would be the side across from the angle. All right, so let's take a look at the hypotenuse first. Here is our right angle at C. Across from C, directly opposite C, is AB. So this is our hypotenuse. Now notice that angle B here is shaded, which means angle B is the angle of interest. We want to find the side opposite of B. So across from B, right across from B, you have this side AC. So that side is our opposite side. Okay. And then the remaining side, okay, right next to B, right next to B, we have the adjacent side. Now, it is imperative, it's important that you know how to identify these three sides because this you will be using this in trigonometric ratio. So let's have some more examples here. So for this one, we are given triangle XYZ. The right angle is X. So across from X, we have YZ. So YZ is the hypotenuse. Okay, let's denote that by H. And then Z is the angle that's marked. So across from Z, we have XY. So the side opposite Z is XY. Now we can switch the letters. So we can say ZY here or YX here. That's fine. So this is the opposite side. And the remaining side, the XZ, that's the adjacent side, right next to angle Z. So pause the video and try to work on the next two examples. And then come back here and check your work. Okay, so let's take a look at triangle IHU right here. Right angle is on I. So across from I is our hypotenuse. So our hypotenuse here is, let me change the color. Hypotenuse here is HU. The shaded angle is angle H. That's the angle in question. So across from H, right opposite H is IU. So IU is the opposite side. And then adjacent to angle H, right next to angle H, this one, the unmarked side that we have here, that would be the adjacent side. So the adjacent side is IH. And again, these letters can be switched. Okay, for this one, we have this triangle here, this right triangle, and the sides are named JKL. The vertices here are not named, so we don't have the vertices. we're given the letter that corresponds to the side. So here is your right angle. Across from the right angle is our hypotenuse. So hypotenuse here is K. Y is shaded. We want to get the side opposite of Y. So across from Y, that would be our J. So J is the opposite side. Okay. And right next to angle Y on the other side of the hypotenuse, we have the adjacent side. So the adjacent side here is L. Did you get them all right? Now I have a delta math assignment that you can take unlimited number of times to practice identifying opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse.